All right, so let's get into it. This first season of Baddies Gone Wild was definitely something else. But for me personally, I really liked it because I feel like it brought back that Bad Girls Club vibe. Like, where they had cameras set up around the house and the girls are kind of doing their own thing and then meeting whenever they wanted to. I know it's still like, scripted or whatever, but it definitely felt a little more real than the Baddies franchise. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my opinion on each girl, okay? Starting with Ming Lee. Ming Lee, she was cool, but a little bit cringy at times. And honestly, I just kept forgetting that she was a part of the show because, like, she wasn't really talking. She wasn't really, doing much. Like, I don't know. Next person, motherfucking Daisy Dukes, bitch. Daisy Dukes is. You can tell that that bitch is from the trenches, okay? And I just don't think that anybody was prepared for the kind of ruckus and chaos that she was about to bring to the show. And she was, in fact, right. Like, yes, she was running the house and she was doing her big one. Like, no bitch could beat her up. But at the same time, I don't really like how that turned her into kind of being the bully type, where she was like, oh yeah, like I'm big dog. And it made her turn on Bahati and, just make her feel superior to everybody else in the house. I just didn't really like how she had that complex about her after a while when she could have just been like, you know, the protective type and used that strength that she has when it was right. Bahati. Now, Bahati, I liked Bahati. One thing I really liked about Bahati is that she didn't really let anything in the house like phase her too bad, like not even getting her hair ripped out. Like me personally, if I were to get my hair ripped out, that bitch would have to die. Like she is not sleeping. Production could not stop me. A non-disclosure could not stop me. Security could not stop me. So I really just like how she took everything that was thrown at her very well, like that hair situation, and then like kind of when Oxy and Shay was jumping on her about not helping them. Like yeah, she did like walk out and shit, whatever during the reunion, but at the end of the day, like she stood on what she believed in, and she stood on all of her opinions that she believed in, and I really fuck with that. Bahati is just one of those people. You could tell she's very comfortable in who she is and who, you know, like she's just very comfortable in herself. Shay. So at first I didn't like Shay because I thought Shay was trying to start BS for no reason at the beginning of the season, talking about some like, what she say? Fuck y'all, fuck all y'all, or something like that, and she didn't really care. Or she was like mad about the celebrity guests and how people didn't have to audition. I thought that shit was pretty stupid. But I do appreciate how she always like stood up for herself at the end of the day. And it wasn't always like that for her. Like she ended up fighting like for a reason throughout the season and not just like actually starting shit with people. Oxy. Oxy was very chill. I do like how she first of all she was beating some bitches up like real bad, in my opinion. But she was very chill at the beginning, but she had to like kind of be brought out of character, which I don't really like that for her. Cause I know she just wanted to like stay true to who she was. It was kind of giving that vibe. But then they was calling her boring and stuff, so she had to turn up. And she just kind of been turned ever since. Cupcake. Me personally, I don't think Cupcake is a man. I don't think she's a man. I don't like how people have been calling any of these girls a man, period. You could just tell that Cupcake kind of had like a lot of trauma and she didn't really want to be involved in the drama, which was kind of weird because it's like you came on this show and you knew like what it was going to be about. You knew that there was going to be fighting. So to kind of like come on the show and then act scary like you don't want to fight. And then that word hyphy. Hmm. Hmm. TT. I don't know why, but I just didn't really like TT to be quite honest with you. I feel like she just kept trying to turn up to prove a point, but there was really no point to prove. And it was like she was kind of like trying to be like Daisy Dukes, which I'm sure that's why she was cool with her. Like I'm sure she was trying to be like the head of house, like the big dog, but it just never ended up being that way. And I just feel like TT was also just a bully. Same with Hurricane M. Hurricane M, honestly, I feel for Jaden. Like you, Hurricane M, you was definitely using Jaden for a storyline. Like you beat that bitch up. Like I don't even know how many times over the same issue over and over again. And then Jaden said several times that y'all talked about it. Like I feel like you was just trying to look for your moment to turn up and just like stick on that. Jaden, I like Jaden too because she stayed true to who she was, regardless of what all the bitches was saying. Like she knew she was kind of quiet. She didn't like to fight. She liked to be pretty, and she stayed that way. But she stood up for herself regardless. Even though she knew she couldn't fight, she still stood up for herself, and I fuck with that. Coco, baby, you was a flip flopper. Coco, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you flip flopping between Daisy and Bahati. You telling Daisy one thing and then you telling Bahati another, and you just created this whole fucking chaos, which is why Bahati and Daisy are beefing now. And yeah, I don't know, bitch. Like, definitely giving just fake all around. Janellis. I also like Janellis too because she also stayed true to who she was, the fact that she was a pretty bitch that don't need to fight for any fucking thing or whatever the fuck. So yeah, but I don't really have much on Janellis. Erica, I fuck with Erica. She was another person that was kind of like true to herself, and honestly, any girl that leaves baddies, like I can appreciate somebody that can be honest with themselves and be like, okay, like this is too much. I need to go. I'm not gonna give y'all what y'all want, so I'm just gonna like remove myself. So honestly, I really respect Erica for that. Um, Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about the whole battery thing. I honestly think that she was justified because she said over and over again that she don't want to fight. And then on top of that, she wasn't even beefing with anybody. They were just trying to get her to fight because her friend was fighting. And honestly, I think that shit is childish. So yeah, she should have beat them bitches with the portable charger because she didn't want to fight at the end of the day. And y'all got exactly what you asked for. Gloss up. You know, for a celebrity guest, she was cool, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like she didn't really, I don't want to say belonged there, but I kind of felt like, I don't know, something about Gloss Up, and I can't pinpoint it right now, but she felt a little bit out of place, like on the show. Like, I just don't think she was meant to be fighting with bitches. She's really pretty, like, too pretty for that. And I think this should have been more of a thing for her music. I feel like she could have promoted her music a little bit more rather than getting into these weak ass fights because she can't really fight. Sorry. Rella G's, she was just annoying as fuck the whole time. Everything she did, her fights weak, her commentary annoying as fuck. Like confessionals, cringe, all of it. I couldn't honest. It was just hard to watch. I honestly wanted them to get Rella G's off my screen. I think she was like my least favorite baddie, to be honest. But yeah, that's just like my opinions on this season. Let me know what y'all think.